Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another first impression foundation review. So today's foundation is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra 24-hour foundation. This is the liquid foundation. I know they've brought out a compact and things like that recently, like a cushion technology, but this is just the original Teint Idole Ultra foundation. So it just comes in a nice glass bottle and it's nice and tall and sleek looking. And it has got your foundation pump, which is really good and nice and handy because I hate not having a pump. So I'll just read out what it says on the box. So it just says 24-hour wear and comfort, retouch free, divine perfection, SPF 15. 24 hours of wear for a divine lasting perfection. Following 8 years of research, Lancome unveils its first 24-hour wear foundation for lasting perfection. With its new Eternal Soft technology, Teint Idole Ultra 24-hour defeats all challenges. Retouch-free, complexion stays perfectly sublime. Shine-free, flawless, unified. So then it goes on to say, Teint Idole Ultra is irresistibly comfortable. Its new blendable and fresh texture is divine and leaves the complexion perfectly smooth, velvety and matte with no powdery effect. And then it also says sweat and friction resistant without mask effect, suitable for all skin types, even sensitive, dermatologically tested and non-comedogenic. And this is in the shade 010 Beige Porcelain. So I have absolutely no tan on today, so I thought I would do a first impression on this foundation because I haven't been able to try it out because I wanted to do a review on it. It just states on the packaging to give it a good shake before you use it. So the formula of it is reasonably thick but not too thick. It does drip a little bit but it's not runny where it's just sliding completely down my hand or anything. Today I'm going to be applying the foundation with my Real Techniques sponge just because I've been really enjoying this sponge lately for my foundation application, and I'm not going to be using a primer today because most of the time I find that primers don't make too much of a difference on my skin. So I'm just going to skip the primer and I'm just going to go straight in with the foundation. It has got quite a strong floral scent to it. It is covering the skin reasonably well. I do have a blemish here that it's not quite covering up, but it's covering pretty good. And most of my freckles up here are pretty well covered. So this is what we're looking like with it just on the one side. And then this is the side that has no makeup on it yet. So I do think it looks really nice. I really like the finish of it. It's quite a natural looking finish. It's not too matte, but it's definitely not dewy either. I think it covers pretty good. I'm happy with it so far. The colour seems pretty good for my skin tone as well. So yeah, you can see obviously on this side I've got a lot more freckles showing where I have no makeup, and then this side, it's pretty much covered most of my freckles. Can still see them a little bit, but not too bad. And this blemish, most of the redness has been taken away, but you can still slightly see it. So I would probably just put a little bit of concealer over that and it wouldn't bother me anyway. So I'm just gonna apply the product on the rest of my face. I'm back now from applying the rest of my makeup. So everything went really smoothly over the top. You can still see my blemish peeping through here even though I did use concealer on it. So it's probably just a stubborn one that doesn't really want to be covered. The one on my forehead has been mostly covered. The foundation is looking really good. I'm really happy with the coverage of it and everything applied really smoothly over the top. The only thing I would say is that it has sort of started to settle in my expression lines on my forehead, but I do always get that and it's not too bad. It's mostly because I am getting older. I'm going to be 29 soon, so these lines are definitely appearing and foundation does like to settle in them. I don't find that it looks too bad around my smile lines. That area is looking pretty good and I really like the finish of it. So the time is 12:58 p.m. So I probably applied the foundation at about 12 o'clock and then did the rest of my makeup. So we'll say that it's been on since 12 just to make it easier, round number. I would have started filming earlier in the day, but I just had heaps of washing and stuff to do, so that's why I'm filming a little bit later for a first impression. I'm not going to wear it for 24 hours, let me tell you that, but I will wear it for at least 8 hours so that we can get an idea of how it would wear over like a normal working day. So I will come back in a few hours and give you an update on the foundation. I'm back for a quick foundation update. Time is 5:25 p.m. So the foundation has been on my skin for 5.5 hours. I would say at this stage the makeup is looking pretty good. Just kind of going to look in the mirror here while I'm telling you about how it's looking. So I definitely have got a bit of shine coming through across the cheeks and around my chin and between my eyebrows and kind of across the forehead. So mostly through the T-zone I'm definitely starting to get shiny. That is really common for me, so it's not really anything out of the ordinary. I do think that the foundation still does look good though after this much wear. It hasn't settled any further into any of the lines on my forehead and it looks pretty good everywhere else. I did walk down to the supermarket, so I do have marks here from when my sunglasses were sitting, but every foundation I wear I'll get marks there. All in all, it hasn't like come off anywhere. It's still staying on the skin pretty well. It hasn't gone patchy or anything like that. I did notice in the bathroom mirror that I do have a bit of a line here, and that's just because the foundation is slightly too pink on me. I don't think it's too dark, it's just a little bit the wrong undertone, but it's not bad enough that I would stop wearing it or I wouldn't wear it. It still looks pretty good. So at this point, if you were a particularly oily skin person, you may have to touch up and powder. I'm someone that is too lazy to do that and I can't be bothered touching up my makeup. I don't think it looks that bad where I would need to touch up if I was wearing this throughout the day. If I was wearing it for work or anything, it would be totally fine. I wouldn't feel self-conscious or anything with my makeup looking the way it is. It still looks pretty good at this point. So I will come back again. I've got my ring light now, so we'll actually be able to see what it looks like hopefully. Like I said, I will probably just leave it on for about 8 hours, so I will come back around 8 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock, see how I go, and I will let you know how the foundation is wearing. Hey everyone, so I'm just doing my final check-in for the night on the Lancome foundation. Still looks pretty good, but it's definitely very shiny at this point. So my skin being oily, it's definitely oily at this point, and it's sort of breaking up around my nostrils, in between my eyebrows, and particularly just along here in my cheeks. That would be the main kind of areas, and on my chin where it's the most oily. Everywhere else it is still looking pretty good. I have been lying on the couch, so I think maybe a tiny little bit's come off, but not too much. It still looks pretty good. I definitely do think it's held up really well. I would still call this a long wearing foundation. This is really a long wear for me. It's now 9:29 p.m. so it's been on my skin for 9.5 hours. And yeah, I'm just starting to look a bit shiny. I'll turn down the ISO just so you can see how shiny it is if I turn that down. So yeah, you can see there with the brightness turned down a little bit how kind of shiny I am, but other than that it's still looking pretty good. I think I am very happy with the foundation. So yes, I would recommend the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra foundation. You may struggle a little bit more if you are more on the yellow side, just because French brands do usually tend to lean a little bit more pink rather than more yellow. I'm not really sure what they have in terms of shade range for darker skin tones, medium skin tones. They may have cool, neutral and warm options, but yeah, if anything this is just slightly too pink, but nothing major. Like, I can still definitely make it work. I'm really happy with the foundation. I will continue to use it and I do really like it. So thank you all so much for watching this video. Leave me a comment if there's any foundations that you would like me to try out, because I do really enjoy doing these videos. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye!